Hello, everyone, and welcome to Educational Wednesday. Today, we're going to learn how to set up scroll using GTM. GA4 will automatically collect scroll, but the problem is it only collects it at 90%. My name is Ron Sherbert. I'm with Marketing for Higher Education. We help colleges, universities, and private high schools increase their enrollments and reduce their marketing costs using tools like Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, Looker Studio, and others. Today, I want you to think of the one step or the one thing you're going to learn today that's going to build on your measurement muscle and how you're going to improve. And remember, we all start in the same place in a journey of 1,000 miles. It started with one step, and it's the same with your measurement. You build your measurement skills one step at a time. Before we get started, I'm going to go through the framework like we always do, because this is the most important thing in measurement, is having a plan and knowing what you want to measure. We all start off here marketing the blind, and we all want to end up here where we can reliably predict our results for enrollments and decrease in cost. And the measurement framework has 3 steps. And I always want to thank Chris Mercer from measurementmarketing.io, who taught me this framework. And the 3 steps are plan, build, and launch. In the plan section, you have what we call KIA, questions, information, and action. And all we're looking for is the questions we want to answer, the information we need to answer them, and the action we're going to take once we get those answers. In the build stage, we're going to get our results from those questions. We're going to get our traffic, the who, the what, and the why, who's sending us traffic, what type of traffic are they sending us, and why are they sending us that traffic. And then with those things, we start to get a story, and then we get into the launch, where we listen to the story, and we do this with trends and patterns. And then the next one is forecast. Remember, we're always measuring against our forecasted results. And the last one is optimize, where everybody wants to get to. Many people think it's the hardest, but this is where you just have to meet people's expectations. So now let's jump into it. Okay, so here we are at our teaching GA4 basics, and this would be our admin section. And I'm just going to jump right into this data stream right here. And if you come over to the data stream, we're going to hit this little gearbox right here. And these are the events that are automatically collected by GA4. And as you can see, scroll is one of them. We're going to leave them all on for now. And we are going to go over the Google Tag Manager. We're going to make sure debugging is turned on, and we're going to go to debug view. So as you can see here in this Google Tag Manager, I have set up a whole brand new container. There is nothing here but one tag. And we are going to hit preview. We're going to hit connect. And now we're connecting to our site. And we'll come back here to the tag assistant to see what fired, and only the Google tag fired, because that's the only thing we have. And if we come back over to this page and we hit the very long post, let's make sure the analytics debug is lit up so far, because sometimes it takes a little bit to light this up. Okay, looks like it is lit up now, so it should come through. And if we go to this very long post and I scroll halfway down, you're going to see in Tag Assistant that nothing fires. And the same thing here in the debug view. Now, if I come down and I come down all the way to the end, and we go back to Tag Assistant, you're going to see I have scrolls and scrolls depth. If I click on one and I click on the data layer, you can see that the scroll threshold was 90%. And if we come over here, we should see a scroll right here. If we click on it, the percent scrolled is going to be 90%, as you can see right there. So the problem with doing it this way is that it only captures 90%. And what happens if you want to know if somebody's, scroll down 25% or 50%? You want to see if they got to a certain point on your page, but it was only 40%. That's where GTM comes in, because GTM is going to allow you to measure different things. So we're going to go back to our admin. And we're going to go to our data stream. And now we're going to shut off the scroll. Okay, so it won't measure that no more. We're going to save it. And we will get out of here. We'll come back to debug view. Okay, and now we're going to go to Google Tag Manager and show you how to set up the scroll using Google Tag Manager. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a tag. And we're going to click new. And this is going to be a GA4 event. So we're going to click on Google Analytics. We're going to call it a GA4 event. And we're going to have to put in our measurement ID. And this is where you put your measurement ID. I built a constant variable. So what I would do is I would click on here, and you're going to see this right here, and this will automatically be brought in. The event name is going to be scroll. And I'm just going to copy this, come up here to the title, and put GA4 scroll. And now we're going to trigger this. And we're going to come over here. And we are going to come down here where it says scroll depth. And now we're going to do vertical scroll. Now you can do horizontal scroll, although I've never really seen it used. We've never used it, but there may be a case for it someday if you have a real wide website. But basically, it's most of the time, it's just going to be vertical scroll. And we are going to put the percentages we want. And they normally say 10, 25, 50. On this one, we are going to say 25, 50, 75, and 90. Okay. And we're going to say it's going to do it on all pages. We're going to title this trigger scroll. And we're going to say 25, 50, 75, 90, and we're going to save it. So now we have our tag set up and we have our trigger set up, and we're going to save them. Now, the one thing that we're going to have to do is, because we just set up a clean container, we only have the variables that were set up automatically and the one that we created, the constant variable, for our tag manager. So you're going to come up here and you're going to configure, and you're going to want to turn these on. And normally we would turn all these on at one time. But for this one, we're just going to come down to the scrolling, and we're going to put the scroll threshold, the units, and the direction. That's all we're going to do. And as you can see, it's automatically added. We don't have to put save or nothing. And we can just get out of there, and they are added. So now we'll go back to our tags, and we are going to hit preview. And we're going to connect it. Okay, and we'll connect that tag assistant. And as you can see, we had a scroll depth by one time already. And that means the page probably must be 25%. And we'll check the tag, and we don't see anything here. Okay. And why don't we see anything? Because we haven't put the variable in. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our tag. And we're going to come to our scroll tag. And what we need to do here is we need to put the event parameters. Okay, so we're going to add a parameter, and we're going to say % underscore scrolled, and the value is going to be the threshold, the depth threshold. Okay, so now that we got that, Now it's telling us how many it's going to go. So we'll hit preview again, and it's going to bring up our demo site. And it's connected. We'll come over here to make sure the tag manager is connected. Okay, we'll come over here, make sure the debug view is working. It seems to be. Let's come back to site here. We're going to click on the very long post. And we should have 25% if we scroll down, fire. And we're going to scroll up here. And it's 25%. Come down a little farther. And we click on this one. This one should be 50%. It is. Come down a little farther. We should have one more fire. And we do. And this one should be 75%. It is. And of course, we're going to come to the end. And we should have the last one. And that should be 90%. Okay. So when we come to the debug view, you're going to see these 4 scrolls right here. We're going to click on this one. The percent is 25. We're going to click on this one. Percent scroll is 50. This one should be 75. And the last one should be 90. Okay. So that is going to wrap up this Educational Wednesday. And we provide this free content every Wednesday. And if you want to subscribe, you can just go to mhe.tips/subscribe, or you can go to marketingforhighereducation.com/subscribe, and we will get you on the list for you will get these Educational Wednesdays every Wednesday in your mailbox. If you have any suggestions on topics you want us to cover in the future coming weeks, just reach out to us and let us know. And if we can cover those topics, we definitely will. If you have any questions regarding your measurement, just reach out to us, and you can reach out to us here at ron@marketingforhighereducation.com, and either myself or a team member will get back to you with the answer you're looking for. That's going to wrap us up for this Wednesday. We look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Have a great day, everyone.